When you think of Happy Gilmore, it's a classic. No question about it. It's a classic. Bob Barker, rest in peace.
Price is Wrong.
Yeah, The Price is Wrong. Rest in peace, Bob Barker, and of course Carl Weathers.
And you know who is in that movie? A young, if you watch Modern Family, Julie Bowen is his love interest.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's her name in the movie?
Vicky Valancourt? Or no, he always has girls with similar.
Veronica
Vaughn, Vicky Valancourt. What is it?
All of them. They're always double V's for some reason. So the question we posed, though, Fox Sports Radio Nation, is it by far the best Sandler movie? I don't think it is. It's his best sports movie. It's better than Waterboy, but it's not his best movie. Or do you want to focus on comedies? Rich is still thinking of Julie Bowen's name.
Julie Bowen's name. It's not Veronica Vaughn, because that was Billy Madison.
It's not Vicky Valancourt. I believe that was Waterboy.
Is it a V, though?
It is.
Vicky.
Valerie?
Virginia Venet.
That's it.
Wow,
Yes!
how did you get that?
Because I kept going
Anyway, so think about this. Covino posed a great question, which is, what is the best Sandler movie when it comes to all the comedies? Don't be like, reign over me. Don't give me that nonsense. When you were growing up, what VHS or DVD did you wear out the most? Was it Billy Madison? Was it Happy Gilmore? Was it Big Daddy? I think the answer we're going to hear the most, though, is the number one answer will probably be Wedding Singer.
I was going to say Wedding Singer.
It is.
1998.
It's the best one. Look, again, we said Happy Gilmore is a classic. It is. So is Billy Madison, but it's stupid, all right? And that's why we love
They're
it.
so good.
It's dumb as hell.
So dumb and so
right?
So good.
But we love it. We love it like Rich loves Principal Anderson.
Yep.
But, I'm sorry, the Revolting Blob.
Yep.
But the best movie all around as far as story and fun and nostalgia is The Wedding Singer.
You remind me of a Glenn Guglia type.
Glenn Guglia and Shooter McGavin are cut from the same cloth.
I know.
Spot, what was the love interest in The Wedding Singer? If the names always have the
Wedding
V's.
Singer was obvious.
Oh, Julia Guglia.
Yeah.
No. What was his initial girl?
Oh.
The girl that left him. Remember the
got you.
information
That's right.
I could have used yesterday? That girl.
Maybe her name had double V's. But I think it's safe to say, and agree to disagree or call us up and try to make
Make an argument.
Make an argument for another movie. 877-99 on Fox. I think The Wedding Singer is number one.
Linda.
Oh yeah. Linda.
Linda
Who
was the
that?
worst. She jinxed Van Halen.
Yeah.
So, if you thought back to if you're around our age, younger, older, if you think back to your childhood, your teen years, your 20s, I feel like I watched Billy Madison the most, but I'm smart enough to say that's not the best movie. But I feel like Billy Madison might have been the one that my dumb 20-year-old self watched over and over.
An odd gauge, right? But you can't watch Billy Madison with, let's say, your kids and your mom, right? You can't, because your mom would be like, this is stupid. How do you even find this funny? But you could watch The Wedding Singer, and everybody could agree that this is a charming and heartfelt and awesome movie. That's the difference.
Drew Barrymore, it's really a rom-com disguised as an Adam Sandler movie.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, you could say 50 First Dates is another great Sandler movie with Drew Barrymore. That's really funny too.
And that's on the same category, I would say, as The Wedding Singer.
You could bring it up as an honorable mention, but is it better than The Wedding Singer?
No.
You had cameos from Billy Idol. Glenn Guglia was great. He gets in that fight with the old guy.
I used to be a lot stronger.
Yeah. The songs in that movie are fantastic. John Lovitz.
So true.
And that's no sock in my crotch. John Lovitz, the whole John Lovitz scene.
Yeah.
How the movie starts is memorable. You spin me right round, baby, right round.
Oh, can I give you another layer? Because to decide which one's the best, which I think we're leaning Wedding Singer, but I got to throw something out there.
I think it is hands down The Wedding Singer.
Which one does Steve Covino quote the most?
That's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have an answer for that?
Because I feel like Billy Madison, you got a lot of quotes.
I mean, I think everybody does.
Billy Madison was quotable. The whole Veronica Vaughn and O'Doyle rules. And
you got to remember.
Blew it!
It's because
you blew it?
Yeah. It's
Prosciutto? There's no, come on.
We've seen these movies so many times That's why they were so quotable, so memorable. We don't live that life anymore where you're just watching movies over and over again.
To live or die.
We live the one and done now.
One that I feel is a little underrated, Big Daddy.
Yeah.
100%.
I like Big Daddy.
I loved
Whenever
Big Daddy.
that comes on.
Hey, Danny, what's
I'm
your 5-year
cracking
plan? Don't die?
Scuba Steve.
Yeah, Scuba Steve.
Oh, wrinkly.
I'm not gonna lie. If you tell me, what do you want to watch right now, Wedding Singer or Happy Gilmore? I'm gonna pick Happy Gilmore. Even I don't disagree that Wedding Singer might be the better movie.
You'd want to watch
I
that.
want to
That's-
watch Happy Gilmore.
That's a good question. You know what? Ask yourself that. If tonight, when you got home from work,
Yeah.
if you and the wife or girlfriend or husband or whoever, boyfriend, if you had to sit down and watch a Sandler movie tonight,
It'd be Happy Gilmore for me.
Wow.
No question. And coming in second, Billy Madison.
yo, Monty, we went to
Monty, maybe you got the hots for Shooter McGavin.
Oh my gosh.
Monty,
I
we
cannot
went
stand Shooter
to
McGavin.
Denver a couple months ago with some buddies. We did a little guys' weekend.
Is that when you wore sweats to the game?
It's when I wore sweats
Got
and
it.
spilled.
I mean, what is he not? He's wearing them now.
And I spilled tomato soup on my pants at a game.
Just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. Got it.
That was when the Pastronaut was still a thing. It was Vikings versus Broncos.
Yeah.
We had a little football guys' weekend, and one of our buddies, who's in his early 40s, was like, I've never seen Wedding Singer.
Oh my goodness.
I insisted. I'm like, we're all getting high and watching the Wedding Singer.
Bobby Hart,
I mean,
man.
yeah, I mean, come on.
Right.
You know what part I love, though, the best? When he's depressed. And I quoted it recently. And he's singing, Holiday. Celebrate.
Oh, yeah.
Holiday. And he's just miserable. And
celebrate.
the whole Steve Buscemi scene. The mutants at table 9.
The better man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You could make a case for Happy Gilmore all day as we celebrate Christopher McDonald, Shooter McGavin's birthday, but The Wedding Singer's the best one. And again, we'll take your phone calls now to wrap it up at 877-99 on Fox. You can also chime in at Covino and Rich. I do agree with you, though, Rich. Much like the Tom Hanks theory, no one's going to have the same top 3 Tom Hanks movies. I don't think people are going to have the same top 3 or top 5 Sandler movies either.
Yeah.
People have their preferences.
Listen, there are even, I'm not saying these are in the same category, but there's even recent ones that I find entertaining. Like, remember the blended one with Terry Crews?
That was good.
That
I'll
was
tell
a
you,
good movie.
I know by far his worst movie
What,
is
the
Jack
Jill-
and Jill.
Jack and Jill?
The worst.
I don't know if
I
I've
feel like
actually
that
seen that
movie,
one.
I swear to God, it would make sense if you told me that movie was made for 4-year-olds. And I would say, oh, okay. Because I can't tell you how bad that movie is.
That was the one where-
it makes Little Nicky look good.
That's the one where Jack and Jill's the one where Al Pacino sings Dunkachino.
It's the worst.
Dunka,
It's
Dunkachino.
it's by far his weakest movie.
Haven't
so
seen it.
again, no, you're not missing anything.
It doesn't sound like it.
No. You want to know the weakest move? One time, this is when Rich was dating his wife. Rich kept me hostage at his house to watch it, and him and his wife fell asleep, and I had to sit there and watch the thing by myself.
I love that.
Yeah, I was like, I can't believe this is a nightmare. So 877-99 on Fox is the number. Let's go to the phones. The best Sandler movie on Shooter McGavin's 69th birthday.
And, you said I had a shooter story. Good old Christopher McDonald. Now, he's known as a fictional golfer, right?
Yeah.
But he really enjoys golf. And I was at the Palm in New York City, which is a cool steakhouse. They got all the pictures of celebrities on the wall. I go to have dinner with my buddy, and sitting at the bar, former NFL Hall of Fame quarterback Jim Kelly and Shooter McGavin himself, Christopher McDonald, having a cocktail. And we had Jim Kelly on our show earlier in the week, so I was with one of my buddies, and I'm like, hey, sorry to bother you guys, just want to say hi. Couldn't have been nicer. Gentlemen, in fact, they do golf charities together, so they've raised a ton of money for charities through his character, Shooter McGavin. He's taken it and rolled with it, and I thought that's pretty cool.
I wonder, it sounds like a great story, actually. I wonder how often he gets called Shooter instead of his
All the
actual
time.
name.
No, most people know
Well,
Shooter
Like, did
McGavin.
you say Shooter when you saw him?
Monty, we talked to Kevin from The Office, Brian Baumgartner, at the Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh, yeah, Kevin.
He said that he just answers it now because half the people that see him
Are like,
Kevin. I mean, I'm sorry, Brian Baumgartner. It's
Yeah.
You sort of answer it, right?
You take it as a compliment. Both of them should.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, they just own that role so hard. They're
Yeah.
that guy. So let's go to the phones and let's solve this once and for all. The best Sandler movie.
So, entertaining, best movie. Here's what I'm going to say. I'll give you what I think is our consensus, and then we'll take your calls. Best movie, Wedding Singer. one you might quote the most, Billy Madison. The one that might be the most entertaining, Happy Gilmore. Those are three different categories.
I agree with that.
Best movie, most entertaining, and one that you've quoted the most.
That Veronica Vaughn.
Shampoo is better. I mean, come on. All right,
I know from experience, dude.
Charles in Vegas. What's up, Charles? You're on Covino and Rich. Hey, buddy.
With my wife, and she's a big Sandler fan as well. I think my favorite Sandler movie is Mr. Deeds by far.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's good, but is it better than The Wedding?
No way. Happy Gilmore takes it.
I'm telling you, they're all good.
His other
He has
personality?
some stinkers. Those were good, but I'm telling you.
I think the guy that just said that was the guy in the movie that goes, "That's Mr. Gilmore's jacket." All right, let's go to Trip in Vegas. What's up, Trip?
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. The one I quote the most has got to be Billy Madison, because I can't think of how many times I said, "Today, Junior."
Yeah.
Or like when he's like in third grade and she walks in, he's like, "Jackpot." I mean, there's just so many good. And you also got to, like, the last thing is you also got to love Nudie Magazine Day.
I love Nudie Magazine Day.
Covino, you say that all the time. See?
Nudie Magazine Day.
Yeah.
Yes, so quotable, but I don't think it's a better movie.
By the way, when did Chris Farley pass away? Because in that scene by the pool in Billy Madison, don't you feel like it should be Norm Macdonald and Chris Farley?
Yeah, who's that other
because
guy?
Chris Farley's in.
97.
So he could have been in it. Was Chris Farley in Wedding? No.
No.
No, he was.
But he was in.
He was
Wedding
in
Singer
Billy
came out
Madison.
in 98.
He was the
No,
bus driver.
He was the bus driver in Billy
Billy
Madison.
Madison.
Yeah. Okay, I was going to say, because I feel like he should have been the one sitting with
Yeah, I don't know.
Norm
who that
Macdonald
guy
at the
was.
pool. No, that should have been Artie Lang. All right, let's go to Rick in Vegas. A lot of
Rick.
Vegas. What's up, Vegas?
We're huge in Vegas.
I know.
Mr. Deeds.
People love Deedsy, huh?
John Turturro's great in that movie. Yeah, it's a good one for sure. But
I'm very sneaky.
I'm telling you, I promise. Not that I'm the voice of authority here, but I'm telling you, it's not a better movie. What does Rotten Potatoes say, Spot? What do the critics say? I'm just curious.
We don't go to Rotten Tomatoes, Monty. We use Rotten Potatoes.
Rotten Potatoes is way more credible.
Q in Arizona. You're on with Covino and Rich. What's up, Q?
In my opinion, I think both of those movies, I would give it maybe a 5, but they kind of like dry humor, kind of corny to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I think you. I just turned on the radio, so I don't know why you guys, went to Adam Sandler. He's good.
Oh, we went to Sandler. We went to Sandler, Q, because the guy that plays Shooter McGavin in Happy Gilmore, it's his birthday today. Christopher McDonald, and he does a lot of golf charities, and he's a great comedy villain. He tried to take Happy Gilmore's grandma's house,
And the golf world really embraces him. Yeah, I bet you Dan Beyer has a poster of him in his room or something.
Probably does.
Yeah.
Dan Beyer has a tribute to Chubbs Peterson and
Shooter McGavin.
Yeah.
By the way, you asked what Rotten Potatoes said. Of his comedic films,
Yeah.
The Wedding Singer's number one.
I'm not surprised because it's just
It's ranked
it's
the
a
highest.
good movie.
72% on the potato meter.
Like universally good.
ooh, that's baked. All right, let's go to Terry in Mississippi. What's up, Terry?
Mashed.
Terry,
I'm very, very sneaky, sir.
I'm very, very sneaky. So you're saying Deeds as well?
Blackfoot, man. Blackfoot and Crazy Eyes.
I'm surprised to hear all the love for Mr. Deeds.
Deeds is a good movie. You know what, Covino? It's funny because our buddy Nico, who lives in Arizona,
Yeah.
who's a radio guy, Spot, I feel like you, Nico, and I would quote the hell out of Deeds for a while. I don't know if we got drunk and watched it one night in our 20s, but
Oh, it's funny.
Deeds is a good one.
Yeah, I'm surprised. See, you learn a little something. Maybe some of us are sleeping on it a little bit.
Mike in North Carolina,
'Cause
what's up?
I'm not sure I would even put it top 3.
Well, top
Hey,
five.
what's up, guys?
What's
so,
up?
yeah, definitely, oh my gosh, definitely Happy Gilmore, but I'm shocked that you guys haven't mentioned The Waterboy yet.
I like it, but I don't think it's top 5. If you were to tell me, yo, Rich, make it top 5, I'm going Wedding Singer, Gilmore, Madison, Deeds, and then that 5th spot.
Covino did mention Waterboy.
you putting Waterboy?
You said it was nowhere as good as.
Yeah, I like Waterboy a lot. Especially we're big
Foosball's
fans
the
and
devil.
friends with Henry Winkler.
Oh, yeah, we always say foosball's the devil.
I think Henry Winkler's great.
Colonel
as the coach in
Sanders.
that. So I do love that movie.
But
I
if-
think it's up there.
If you're asking me my own personal 5, which goes with our theory, maybe no one has the same top Sandler movies because
You don't include Click, right?
I loved Click.
Click is great, but it's not a comedy.
Nah, it's its own thing.
That's what I was gonna say. Are we only doing comedies? I've never watched Uncut Gems, but I heard he was awesome.
You have
in
to
it.
say-
I'm sorry, you mean
It's
Uncut
amazing.
Gems?
It might honestly, Uncut Gems might honestly be his best movie.
Uncut
I would
Gems.
take some anxiety medicine before you watch it, though.
It is
such
a Safdie Brothers
frantic movie,
yes,
man.
It
I
is
heard
a
it was
Safdie.
awesome.
That one's good.
It's amazing.
And Hustle has a 93% on
Oh, I
Rotten
liked
Tomatoes.
Hustle.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Sandler
Hustle
has
was really cool.
He
That's
has-
his, by the way, that's his latest. It came
basketball
out on
movie.
Netflix, right?
Yeah.
basketball movie. He has Sandler does have some acting chops. I know Grown Ups are the later movies, but as far as those early ones, Monty, maybe you're in agreement with me. If I'm going top 5, I may want to sneak 50 First Dates in there. 50 First Dates.
I would sneak that in. Yeah.
I mean, it's really good. Yo, you know who's in that? The dude from Goonies. Why am I drawing a blank? Sean Astin. Sean Astin with the mesh shirt, and you know, remember Drew Barrymore loses her memory every day. It's a fun movie.
Yeah, Blended was
That's
fun
a
too, though.
strong rom-com.
I'm a rom-com type of guy, Spot.
Yeah. It's not like
So-
comedy. Like
Can't
the other ones
believe-
are comedy.
Can't believe Covino hasn't said
Except when it's-
Airheads from 1994.
Shut, right?
I like that movie, and it's a radio movie, and I like Brendan Fraser, but yeah, no.
Take a radio station hostage.
I do like that aspect of the movie, but I'm standing my ground here. As much as I love Happy Gilmore on Shooter's birthday, The Wedding Singer is the best one, and Rotten Potatoes agrees.
So hey, you know what? Here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
At Covino and Rich, we'll get back to everyone. I promise. Hit us up. Let us know.
Don't overpromise.
Let us know your top 3. That makes it tricky because that means you got to leave something out. And I promise you, if you look at our feedback, no one's going to have the same list.
No.
Your top 3 Sandler movies at Covino and Rich, as you said, as we pay tribute to Christopher McDonald, Shooter McGavin, who does a bunch of great charity work in the world of golf. Thanks to that character.
He's in rare company too, because he did own that role and character so hard that he is Shooter McGavin.
I sort of
And
like
you can only say that about so many people. You know?
I sort of like how the same way Charlie Sheen owns Wild Thing Rick Vaughn. Well, he'll go back and throw out a first pitch, or, you know, I feel like the cast of the Mighty Ducks very much owns those characters, and they do a lot of reunions and they do charity work. So I think it's a nice thing. And Adam Sandler, if you're a kid of the 80s or 90s, if you're roughly 40-ish, my goodness, how much did Adam Sandler movies mean to you when you were, you know, drinking with your buddies in college or getting into trouble in high school? Sandler movies were a part of our childhood.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you,
very
Steve.
much.
Thank you, Spot.
Chlorophyll, more like borophyll. Time to move
Thank you,
on.
Monty.